know, there was another good game going on down Highway 90 tonight, and is the Crosby Cougars, if I get this out, a team that went to the state championship last year, and they were hosting an undefeated Port Arthur Memorial team. Here, opening kick. It's got a little knuckleball caught on the other end, and usually when we see a kickoff, big things are happening. And how about that Titan tempo? He's down the sidelines, and that's just a white flash down the sidelines. Touchdown, P-A-T. And you're thinking, hey, things are looking good. We're going to be 3-0. But remember, this is a good Crosby ball club. They lost a lot of guys from last year, but they still have plenty of talent, so the game was certainly not going to be over after the first play of the game. But I will say there was plenty of celebration there. How about the Pro-Not Sports Athlete of the Week? Jamar Sanders finds his man, and that guy's got wheels. There's speed everywhere. When you look at Port Arthur every single season, you got to be prepared for that speed. Titan tempo is a real deal. A couple of scores there, and things are looking good for Port Arthur, right? Right? But here comes Crosby. And as I said, they're not rebuilding. They're reloading. And the Cougars have played a couple of good teams, and that's a touchdown for Code Red. Cougs on the board. And it just kept going back and forth. You know this is going to be a slug match. Sanders swinging it, finds his target again, and he's gone as well. I mean, you said shootout. It's just not slowing down, right? It's not slowing down. Another touchdown for Port Arthur, Texas. But I was keeping up the score throughout the night, and it seemed like things were starting to go against them, and yep, it did. Crosby would rally in this one, 41-26 to knock off Port Arthur. Crosby lost their season opener to Carthage, a team that's won 8 state championships in the last 12 years. They were up 17-0, blew that game, and then they played a Manville team that's just as good as anyone in the state in Class 5A. They hung with them. So nothing to hang their heads down about in Port Arthur, but it'll definitely, I think, bring them back down where they need to be.
Right, almost in some ways can be good for you. A measuring stick kind of game, like you said, bring you back down to kind of even keel. Now all of a sudden you just lost to a good team. You got to get back to the drawing board a little bit, kind of, like you said, evens you out a little bit. Don't get too far ahead of yourself.
Now we sent our main man, James Grant, we like to call him Big Tex. He was down there on Highway 90 at Crosby Cougar Stadium. Let's see if he's available, if we could check up on him. And yes, there he is. Oh no, they turned the lights out on him. They've turned the lights out on him. Just tell us what you saw tonight, James.
Yeah, guys, like y'all were just talking about, you know, we knew this game was going to be a good one between Port Arthur Memorial and Crosby. The Cougars came in 0-2, but 2 losses against 2 of the best teams in the state, Manville and Carthage, so we knew they were going to be solid. Port Arthur 2-0 on the year coming into this one, and hey, the Titans didn't waste any time tonight getting on the scoreboard. You saw that opening kickoff return from Jalen Gilbo. That was electric, and his first words to his teammates when he got back to the sideline, I just set the tempo. And you know what? They followed suit there. Jamar Sanders, it didn't take him long to get the Titans a comfortable 13-0 lead there in the first quarter. But after that, the Titans offense slowed down a little bit. That Cougars defense tightened up. The Cougars actually came back, scored 13 unanswered. And this game was back and forth for the most part until later in the second half, late third quarter. Crosby with 2 big touchdowns back-to-back, and they were able to hold on in this one. But like I said, Port Arthur, a lot of great players on that offense, a lot of skilled athletes, and they showed it tonight. They hung with a very tough Crosby team here at home in a hostile atmosphere. I know Gilbo, that opening kickoff, I'm sure settled some nerves down. That Titans offense was able to settle in, but unfortunately just ran into some trouble, ran into some issues there in the middle of the game. Crosby was able to pull ahead, and Crosby definitely have to shout out their quarterback, Kyron Miles, the junior, had a big game tonight. I know he stepped in after they lost a lot of players last year, that team that went all the way to state, but he played solid. Also, Desmond Tisman on their star linebacker. He's a senior. He played really well tonight, was able to contain Sanders in that high-powered Memorial offense. So really a great game. Crosby a little bit too much, too late. But I got to say, Port Arthur, they're going to be a force further down the stretch this season. We know that offense can put up points. So when whoever's facing them across the sidelines, they're going to have to score with them. But tonight, ultimately, Crosby too much. They moved to 1-2. Port Arthur with their first loss of the year, losing 41-26 to the Cougars. It was a good one, though, guys. Definitely was looking forward to it on that drive down 90, and it didn't disappoint.
We appreciate it, James, and now you can head out of the dark stadium, go to your parents' house in Houston, and get some good home cooking, because we know that's really why with the Crosby tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. But that was a really, really fun game. I think worth the trip down I-90, like you said.
Notice he's laughing. He knows it's true. He's going home to get that home cooking. James, great job.
How can you blame
We'll
him?
see you next week.